Most problems under your hood don't start with a bang, they whisper. And if you're not paying attention, your car could be warning you right now. One of the first signs? Your fuel economy starts to dip, but it's so subtle, most people blame it on traffic, cold weather, or a heavier foot. But if you're filling up more often than usual, even though your driving habits haven't changed, that's a red flag. A clogged injector could be leaking fuel or failing to atomize it properly, making your engine burn more than it needs. Then there's rough idling. Your car might feel like it's trembling slightly when stopped, almost like a faint vibration through the steering wheel or seat. Drivers often dismiss this as old car problems or maybe bad gas. But in reality, that inconsistent rhythm could be your engine struggling to maintain balance, because it's not getting fuel evenly across all cylinders. It's easy to ignore these early signs, but the longer you wait, the more damage it can do. Fast. Coming up, what happens when your engine starts choking for air, and how one symptom feels like your car is stuttering mid-drive. This is where things stop being subtle. If your car feels like it's hesitating or jerking when you press the gas, especially during acceleration, that's not just annoying. It's a key sign that your fuel injectors aren't delivering fuel the way they should. A misfire is basically your engine skipping a beat. Instead of firing smoothly, one or more cylinders just don't. The result? A jolt, a pause, maybe even a weird noise. And every time that happens, your engine's working harder than it should, trying to compensate for that missing power. Another symptom, sluggish throttle response. You push the pedal, but your car lags, like it's thinking about whether it wants to go. That delay is often caused by an uneven air-fuel mixture from one or more clogged injectors. The engine isn't getting what it needs, and performance suffers instantly. These aren't just quirks. They're warning signs that your engine is already in distress, and things are about to get worse if you keep driving like nothing's wrong. Next, why your dashboard might be lying to you, and what most drivers completely misunderstand about that tiny orange light. That little orange check engine light, most people either panic when it comes on or ignore it completely. But here's the thing, when your fuel injectors start to fail, that light can be one of the first official cries for help your car sends out. What most drivers don't realize is that fuel injector issues can trigger multiple engine codes, not just one. Misfires, lean conditions, rich fuel mixtures. It all shows up under that one vague warning. And by the time it lights up, the problem is usually well past the early stage. Another sign? Hard starts, especially when the engine is cold. You turn the key, or press the button, and the engine cranks longer than it should, like it's struggling to fire up. That's often caused by injectors leaking overnight, messing with fuel pressure, and flooding the combustion chamber. And no, it's not just cold weather. It's your engine choking on its own fuel. Ignore these signs, and the consequences don't just stay under the hood. Your car becomes less reliable, your wallet takes a hit, and you're suddenly one breakdown away from a repair you weren't ready for. Coming next, what your nose and your exhaust might be telling you, and why ignoring the smell could cost you more than just fuel. Your nose might pick up what your dashboard misses. A strong fuel smell, especially around the hood or near the exhaust, is one of the clearest signs something's off. It usually means fuel is leaking or not being fully burned, both classic signs of clogged or leaky injectors. Then there's the smoke test. Literally, if your car starts pumping out black smoke from the exhaust, that's not just a dirty engine, that's fuel that never got burned properly. The engine is basically spitting out raw gas, and it's not just bad for your wallet, it's dangerous for your engine and for emissions. And if you've recently failed an emissions test, it might not be your catalytic converter like most people think. Bad injectors can cause massive fuel imbalance, throwing off oxygen sensors and overwhelming the system. These signs are loud, smelly, and impossible to ignore unless you like breathing in wasted money. Up next, when performance drops completely and how it starts to feel like your car is fighting against you. At some point, your car stops feeling like your car. You step on the gas, and it just doesn't go. That's poor acceleration, and it's one of the clearest signs that your injectors aren't delivering fuel fast or evenly enough. Instead of power, you get hesitation, delay, frustration. Then comes engine lag. This isn't just about speed, it's about responsiveness. Everything feels sluggish, like the car is thinking twice before doing what you tell it to. You press down, it pauses. That delay? It's your engine compensating for cylinders that aren't pulling their weight. And then the worst of it, engine stalls when under load. You might be climbing a hill, merging into traffic, or just accelerating from a stop. And suddenly the engine bucks or cuts out. It's unpredictable and dangerous. A failing injector can dump too much fuel or none at all, causing the engine to stall when you need it most. Performance drops are more than inconvenient. They're the final warning signs before real damage begins. Next, what's happening inside your engine that you can't see, and why the biggest danger is the one you don't notice until it's too late. This is where things turn from annoying to catastrophic. A bad fuel injector doesn't just mess with performance, it starts silently destroying your engine from the inside. When an injector leaks or fails to close properly, raw fuel can seep past the piston rings and contaminate the engine oil. That's right, gas mixing with oil, and while you might not smell it or see it, it's thinning out the lubricant your engine depends on. Over time, this causes excess friction, overheating, and internal wear that can lead to total engine failure. Then there's engine knocking, a sharp, metallic tapping that's anything but normal. It's caused by detonation, fuel burning at the wrong time or in the wrong way. A clogged injector can throw off the timing and mixture, causing uneven combustion that slowly destroys pistons, rods, and valves. By the time you hear knocking or notice metal shavings in your oil, the damage is already done, all from a part that costs less than a tank of gas. Coming up next, the final breakdown, and why this small, overlooked part might be the most expensive mistake you ever ignore. It's wild when you think about it. A tiny piece of metal, smaller than your finger, can take down an entire engine. A clogged or faulty fuel injector doesn't just mess with mileage or make your car feel sluggish. It starts a chain reaction: misfires, fuel waste, engine strain, oil contamination, and eventually, total failure. And the worst part? Most drivers miss the early warnings until the damage is already done. But it doesn't have to get that far. Catching these 13 symptoms early could mean the difference between a $50 injector cleaning and a $5,000 rebuild. So ask yourself, is your car trying to warn you right now? Drop a comment if you've noticed any of these signs, or if your car's been acting strange lately. Someone else might be going through the same thing and not even know it.